morning, afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the region of Luavara. It's getting a little spooky. Our heroes find themselves deep within the abandoned ruins of an alchemist laboratory where they have found Silky's eldest sister, still living and still down in this very interesting place. In Discord, damn it. Oh boy. Alright. I'm just gonna turn opera down a little bit. Because I've noticed in the past, like some of the VODs for Luavara, the music was like so overbearing that it was really difficult to hear people like Matt and sometimes KP. But hopefully it's not gonna be all that bad today. Also just realized I needed to open this to go get some tokens that we're gonna need for today. Alright, let's go jump into the chat.
40 acres on average.
Yeah. I mean, I only live on like 10, 15 acres. I don't remember. But there's so much room around here. I'm in the woods of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Hey, so could we talk about how amazing the CEO for Arrowhead is?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh god,
That
yes.
man is a Chad Chaddington, the Chadsworth the Third.
Exactly.
I'm assuming this is the CEO for Helldivers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Broski, some guy on Twitter is like, you should have PvP. And he's like, nah. That's
No,
just
y'all are
toxic.
toxic. Y'all are fucking toxic. No. There was
glorious.
another post that he did about 3 hours ago. It's a picture of the promotional video for Helldivers. Actually, here, I'll just fucking show it to you guys.
Yeah.
Here, it's this video. It's this image right here. Who invited this level 3 Helldiver to our squad? Me, just trying my best for democracy. The CEO replies, "This help new players, show them the ropes. Fight together. Don't be a fascist."
No, look at it. Give the player the shield backpack and the railgun. You can do it without it if you're a true Helldiver.
Oh,
Yep.
He's calling out the meta junkies, dude. Oh my god, I fucking love this guy.
This man is. I need him to be a helmet in the game.
Yep. Dude,
Oh.
I only like when I play, I don't care what I bring in. I just bring in what I want to bring in for fun.
Dude, I fucking love the CEO. He's so funny. And I just love his absolute I don't give a fuck attitude.
It's my game. Fuck off.
I mean, it's
Pretty
like
much.
one of my favorite weapons to take into anything is the autocannon. Is it super great? No.
No.
Is it fun as fuck to use? Yes.
See, I would never call myself a meta junkie because I tend to accidentally stumble into meta, and I'd be like, "Ew, I touched meta," and just go do something else.
Yep.
Me looking up my Warframe
Well,
hours.
stepped in
of
some
work.
racism.
Exactly. Exactly that.
Looked at my Warframe frames of which ones I like to play the most. Consistently the least play frames.
I can attest to that.
Cody can first hand attest to my love for the trash frames in Warframe.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it either.
All I gotta do is hit one, and I'm running across the map with my rock boy.
There you
All
go.
right. So, ladies and gentlemen, episode 20. We are 20 weeks into this campaign already.
Holy.
I still can't believe it myself.
Terrified.
Pop the champagne, 20 more!
Woo! Yeah, pop the champagne, especially considering where you guys are right now.
Death is around every corner.
Death,
Please don't let us die. 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 I don't want to have to create a whole new fucking backstory.
Insert Sutton Foster, are you there,
Oh,
God?
I would
Fiona?
I would certainly hope not, KP, considering the freaking short novel you wrote me for yours. But it's okay.
That much of a short novel.
No, I highly appreciated it. It gave me so much free lore. It was amazing.
Dude, we can't say no to free lore.
Yeah,
That's
what
the
Lord
one thing-
forgive, Josh? I don't know, I made a
that's the
shitty
one thing.
organization.
That's the one thing that a lot of dungeon masters I see on like TikTok and stuff always bitch about. Is just, oh, my character has this like really intricate backstory. You know, is there a way that you can use this? And they're like, no. Why? Why? Just build it into your fucking world. It's not that hard.
It's free real estate, bitch.
Exactly. It's free real
It's
estate.
so fucking
It's free
easy.
content. Just use it.
I made
He's
Josh
like,
add
oh,
a
I
monastery
wrote
to the
70
Return of Avalon.
pages. It's like, oh, I wrote 70 pages for my backstory. That is 70 pages of free fucking shit for my world building right there.
And, what is it? I think Return to Avalon's a very good study. I joined late. Hey, there's a monastery here now.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Winter Hollow's now very important. It originally was never going to be.
All right, so recap time. Previously on the region of Luavara, our heroes have nestled down a little bit in Kolstov, regaining their strength and rearming themselves. With Silky still unfortunately unconscious after the whole scenario with the Yetis, the party has decided to go ahead and investigate the ruined of the Genesis lab. The supposed location where Silky is from. Actually, no, that's completely untrue because Silky told you guys herself that she's from there.
I'd say not supposed.
Yeah.
She flat out pointed to the goddamn map.
I'm a silly guy. Okay,
You silly little goose.
I'm a silly little goober.
That's a spirit there, bud.
All right.
I'm a goofy goober.
So, after looking out for some help to investigate these ruins, you guys have come across Alia Elri and Bonnie Freiter, who you come to find out is a good friend of Alia, and she turns out to be the second in charge of Kolstov, next to her husband, who is the head chief. Anyway, rearming yourselves, Xavian with a full set of brand new plate armor, Alistair with his brand new +3 composite longbow, and 8 with a nice good pair of +1 frost dragon scale gauntlets.
Woo.
Along with your new friends, Alia and Bonnie, set out into the forest and in search of these ruins. To come and find a path hidden within a broken down alchemist house, through a small little creek and into a cave filled with frost spiders. But most of you do blunt damage, and some of you hit like a fucking truck.
I feel like I'm being singled out here.
There's an only party member to do consistent high damage.
So, you all made very quick work of all of the spiders that were here. Although, after finding all of the spiders and taking care of them, a new voice shows up in the middle of this cave. Curious, as these ruins are supposed to be completely abandoned, you guys happen to find a newcomer who turns out to be Hone, Silky's eldest sister. So, with a smile on her face, she led you guys a little bit further down the halls and into where she calls her home.
Woo.
So, we are going to pick up right here as well, as all of you now are like huddled around a nice fire, and Hone, she's a very welcoming hostess. So she goes, makes you guys some food, brings back a couple of platters, and obviously cups of drinks and such. And she's gonna sit down. She's gonna, just allow you guys to take a rest and say, I wasn't expecting having guests. I'll be honest, it's been quite some time since I've seen anyone, really.
I don't think we are expecting to find anyone down here. So don't worry. I believe the feeling is mutual.
These ruins are supposed to be abandoned long time ago. Well, I wouldn't say that they were abandoned, more like they were destroyed.
What exactly happened?
It was a breakout. I'm sure that all of you must have a lot of questions. So feel free to ask whatever you wish. If there's any gaps in the stories that you may have heard, I would be more than happy to fill them in.
Maybe we just start at the beginning of the whole breakout thing up into finding you in a crate.
Or perhaps the beginning, just as a whole. Because I know not anything of this Genesis group.
Yeah, I like Bonnie's idea.
Okay. Oh, we would have to go quite a far ways back. Let me think. Well, you have heard of Genesis. They were a group of alchemists that used to work for the great alchemist of the Markley family. They were one of his many apprentices. They decided to escape Endroth once the breakout happened and sailed across the oceans to come here to Luavara. And when they got here, they all formed a tight little group and started going into greater depths of what is possible with alchemist mutagens and more specifically transfiguration using alchemical properties and eventually genetics. So what basically started off as a couple of alchemists just getting used to the new environments random plants and many hallucinogenic stories. Eventually, they settled up here in what was a large cavern and turned it into their base. Now, I'm not entirely sure if any of you are familiar with how alchemists or alchemy works.
Looks around group.
No.
I'm starting to get a basic idea on it, but I still have a long way to go.
Understandable. Alchemy is one of the most difficult forms of combining both science and magic. So don't feel discouraged if you're just starting off. So essentially, the whole theory and things about all of that equivalent exchange nonsense is fake. That's stories that were made up about alchemy. It's basically the same as cooking, you could say. You have different ingredients that, once mixed together, have different effects. Hence how you have healing potions and invisibility potions and such. Once you get down to it, and you discover more and more about the effects of your ingredients, you can learn that alchemy will have a special effect on your body, shifting it to making you stronger, making you faster, making you temporarily smarter. Genesis wanted to specifically focus on the alterations to the body and pushing that limit. So, as most scientists begin, they start off with smaller animals such as like spiders or mice. And over the years, it got so significant that they started running tests on more complex creatures.
Thus began human trials.
Correct. The Genesis program each had their own generations of subjects. So, subjects, like 1 through 15 were basic animal trials. I would say about 15 to 2025 was more complex animals such as cats, dogs, horses, bears. It wasn't until Generation 30 where they started doing trials on bipedals such as humans, elves, dwarves. Because each race had a different reaction to the effects. And it got so complex and so down to the most minute detail that in Generation 32, they were able to create their own subjects.
You mean like they grew people out of a beaker?
Yes.
Ooh.
They were essentially playing God. Creating life and creating something is one of the greatest achievements alchemists can ever obtain. And being able to create life was revolutionary. I was one of the first to be created in the 34th generation of Genesis. And from me, they created my sisters, subjects Beta through Foxtrot. There was supposed to be a Gamma sister, but Genesis fell apart.
What caused the downfall of Genesis?
As I stated before, there were a couple of experiments that were a lot more rowdy, I could say, and eventually developed their consciousness so well that they came to the conclusion that what Genesis was doing was wrong and decided to revolt against it. I was very, very young when all of this was happening, and I never really saw the point of it because to me, Genesis was always very reasonable. It wasn't until my youngest sister was born she was different from us somehow. We just were never able to figure out how. My one sister, Diana, she was supposed to was created with the genetics to have her eyes shine like diamonds. My sister Felfrey was supposed to be gifted with the knowledge of being able to understand people and being able to alter their minds almost. I think they were calling her a psych. A psycho. Not a psycho. A
You have to be generous.
Yeah, definitely a psycho.
Psycho.
I
Well,
put out that
well-
we have a medic, so
well, regardless, she was gifted with magical capabilities of manipulating people's minds.
Like a psycho would.
Let's see. There's my sister Piper. She was the last of us to have names. She was also gifted with magical capabilities, and in order to entice or entrance people with her dancing.
Yes, we have came across her.
Then there was Echo. When Echo was born, she was gifted with the traits of sharper claws and mutated with the defense mechanisms of scorpions, giving her a barbed tail.
Mm.
Then, when Foxtrot was born, her special trait that she was born with was Genesis needed a stronger material to start weaving into fabrics to protect them better. So, they wanted to test and see if they can artificially grow spider silk. and Foxtrot's genetics were supposed to have her grow her hair very, very quickly, but it wasn't supposed to be made out of, particles of hair. It's supposed to be made out of spider silk. However, there was a mutation when Foxtrot was born, and she grew a third ear instead. So when she was growing up, they were running up numerous tests on her to make sure if the mutation was just a side effect or if her hair was actually going to eventually develop the traits, because some traits develop later than most. There was a disagreement with some of the scientists, and eventually it got out that Foxtrot was deemed a failure of an experiment. The problem with that was she was far, far too innocent. And the scientists that watched over us consistently fought against the rest of them to protect all of us. If she didn't, Diana surely would have died a long time ago. But I remember the day very clearly. Dr. Malkova woke us up very early and snuck us out. And she told Echo, Piper, and myself to cause a distraction while she tried getting Foxtrot out. And so we did. We ended up causing a mass breakout of several subjects. But eventually we were caught. Foxtrot got out. I didn't know that she actually was still alive. And they murdered Dr. Malkova.
So what were their goals? Were they trying to eliminate Foxtrot?
I learned later after the breakout, when experiments fail, they are terminated.
But why?
That, unfortunately, is a reason I don't know about. My
You're
sister...
saying...
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, you're saying that you, Echo, and Piper were all recaptured.
We were, yes.
I'm assuming something else happened later in the line that caused the three of you to escape, because we've met Echo and Piper up above.
We've also seen Felfrey from a distance.
Yeah. And we know where Diana is.
That's very reassuring to hear. I'm very glad that they're all alive. But to answer your question, yes. my sisters, along with some of the subjects from Generation 31 and Generation 33, were getting sick of the experiments and the treatments. And they staged another breakout. What was supposed to be a quick and easy stealth mission turned into a very violent evening. I to this day I still have nightmares of it. The facility was fully under lockdown, but unfortunately it was not able to stop some of the monsters that were being raised here. A lot of people died. And eventually, my sisters, along with a lot of the experiments, got loose. Unfortunately, I got separated from them, and due to the terrible, terrible cold, there was no way I was going to make it out. So, I stayed behind. I managed to scrounge up a couple of working beakers, I managed to put together some of the basic living conditions here, and I continued reading into whatever Genesis was going into. And I studied and honed my skill as an alchemist. As far as I'm concerned, I'm the only one left.
Hmm. Do you plan on continuing the work of your predecessors, or?
Not in the same mindset that they were, but I have continued, yes.
Do you have any results?
Several. Even if
Better.
even if I wanted to leave, I couldn't.
Why couldn't you?
Subject 25.
I'm assuming subject 25 is the big spider.
Not exactly a spider.
Is it whatever's making all the other spiders?
Yes.
Ah.
She's
Still burn a spider.
she's gonna reach into her bag, and she's gonna hand it to you, Matt.
Oh, okay, sweet.
This is everything that I was able to collect in regards to Subject 25. It's difficult to get close, but everything else about it was either destroyed or it's in the deeper part of the lab where Subject 25 cuts it off.
So even if we wanted to go learn more about this thing, we couldn't even get past it.
Correct.
Ah.
I've been trying to keep it at bay for as long as I can, or at least until it dies. There are things down in the lower part of the labs that I really, really want.
Well, folks, we came here to kill whatever made the spiders. Ona wants whatever's down in those labs. There's more information down there. Seems like time to go on a bug hunt. I'm gonna read the subject 25, Jazz.
So you're gonna look down at the file, Matt.
Yeah, first manila envelope.
And this is what you see at the title.
Josh, I know I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, so open mouth DM voice speak.
The Arachnosaurus.
Thank you.
Oh God.
What?
It sounds
Excuse
like
me?
some kind of weird kind of dinosaur spider hybrid.
That would
You
be
wrecked the
You know what
sword.
dinosaurs are?
It sounds like a terrible, like, alcoholic beverage.
Why does it sound like a brood mother?
Give me a knowledge history roll for dinosaurs, please.
Knowledge history dinosaurs.
I'm not even gonna roll for it. I would have no reason to know about dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I'll search for some weird shit.
yeah.
He's probably heard of the Nestlock monster, which is an ancient creature that lives in a random lake.
Yeah, Matt, unfortunately you've
I'm
never
just
heard of
trying
anything
to,
like this.
breathe at the moment, so.
It's fine.
You're not allowed to do that.
I'm not gonna lie, I've literally been so zoned out because I've just spent that entire explanation frivolously typing. There's some great little quotes in here that I will tell you all later. Can you so does the file say anything else, Josh, or just the Arachnosaurus?
And unless if you want to open it and read it, then you can go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it and read it. Why wouldn't I? It's information.
What languages do you speak?
Fuck. The answer is common, common, and more common.
You can't understand this, unfortunately.
I'm gonna hold it open and be like, "Who can read this?"
Is it, what language is it? So we can just.
Give me a linguistics check.
Okay. Linguistics.
Make this easy. If I can pull up my character sheet here.
Xavier, Xavier, this is just freaking scribbles.
It looks like Pete wrote it.
Riker,
Oh
you're
my
looking.
God,
Riker, you're
Ragnar.
looking at this like this is a language.
Look, I'm not even trained in the skill. I only have a +2. Fuck it.
Fucking
Okay.
idiot!
8. Apparently, you have seen this language before.
Somehow.
This is Necrol.
What?
I
This
was
is-
gonna.
This is the necromantic language.
Sorry, you said necromantic?
Correct.
Sure. All right, hold on. Can you read this?
No.
Not you. Did I say 8?
No, you didn't specify.
I said Hona.
Home?
I did not hear that.
Oh, it's Hone? Sorry.
I mean, yes, I can read it. So most of the notes at the end of that file are mine.
Hone. With all light in our hearts and stupidity in our brains, read this to us like we are children at story time.
Okay.
None of us are able to read this language.
Oh, my apologies. Basically, the creature that's down below is called the Arachnosaurus. It is a crossbreed between gargantuan troll spiders and a Tyrannosaurus.
Excuse me, what?
Why would you make such a thing?
Listen, this was before.
What is a Tyrannosaurus?
This is before I took over. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they did or created this thing.
I don't know what
Someone
a
had
Tyrannosaurus
too much
is, but
free
it sounds
time
terrifying.
and not a wife.
I'm sorry, come again.
Alistair,
What?
Paul.
Listen, I don't know what a dinosaur is. I don't know what a Tyrannosaurus is. I know what a spider is. It got 8 legs. It goes creepy. Makes silk.
Yeah, that's the part we understand.
I don't know. If I'm gonna break down the word Tyrannosaurus, it's probably big,
It is.
mean.
Dinosaurs are older creatures that used to walk Luavara, and they're like giant reptiles.
Looks at Xavier.
Oh, it's a reptilian spider?
Yeah.
Damn.
I think at this point, Xavier gets PTSD.
If you are familiar with the wastelands of the desert,
Looks
you
as
Sabian.
Entire party now turns to
PTSD
this-
identifies.
you
At this point, we all look at him.
you would kind of be able to compare them to the metalheads of the desert. Now, Xavian, you remember what these creatures are. You've seen them before. They are large bipedal lizards with giant mouths, long tails, and an armor coating that is legitimately made out of metal, especially around their heads. They're mostly like they basically could be used as siege engines if they were able to be tamed. But these are giant creatures that could wreak havoc on any small villages in the desert with acidic blood.
I'm sorry, what?
Reason why Xavier uses a hammer.
What shit does that got to do with acidic blood?
They don't bleed if it's bleeding is fine as long as it's
Not that,
eternal.
but they have very thick armor.
That's fair.
Bludgeoning damage doesn't care about your armor.
And internal bleeding is better than external when it comes
Well,
to
that's what the
acid
blood's supposed to be.
But yeah, like Xavier goes like, "Oh, shit."
Shit.
Xavier, as the only one of us who seem to know anything about what this thing might be, do you think we could kill it?
Absolutely not. If this thing is being compared to a metalhead, no.
Yes, Xavier is like, how much do you value your life?
Depends
So
on the
you're
day.
saying we need help to
We need a fucking army.
exterminate this thing?
Yeah, if this thing is anything near close to what I have seen, it can be used as a siege engine.
Oh,
Fuck.
One of these
Hold-
things alone can wreak havoc on villages.
Hone, and you said this is one of their earlier experiments?
Correct.
Is there any other
It
experience
seems
we
like
should be
they lost
concerned
their
about?
marbles quite a bit earlier than we thought.
I would have to agree with that one.
Oh, and how close can we get to this Arachnosaurus without alerting it, just to see what its environment looks like?
You can get down about 2 more floors in the lab before you start running into webs.
How are you holding this thing back? By yourself. For this many years.
I'm feeding it.
What?
Like I said, about 2 floors down is where I have all of my synthetic farms.
No.
That's kind of how I've been surviving.
Makes sense. So yeah, we probably can't kill this thing in our current state.
You have no faith in yourself.
Bonnie, I have no faith in my ability. I don't have no faith in my ability to cut my steak when it's cooked well done. This is a suicide mission.
We nearly died to.
Look, if I can't
We
take a
nearly
hit from a
died.
Yeti, I can't take a hit from that thing.
Here's
We
a
nearly
question.
died to a group of 8 Yetis.
Have you attempted to poison its food?
It's immune. Believe me, I've tried. Everything that I can do in order to keep it away. Anything that I can do to it being far away from it, I have tried.
It's immune to being put asleep.
It's immune to being put asleep. It's immune to poison. The only thing that I know for a fact that it's not immune to is fire. But the problem is, I don't want to burn the records that are below it.
So we'd have to have a controlled fire.
I don't. That's an oxymoron.
We'd have to draw it away and then.
Lure it
Is there
into
a way to lure it out of the...
If this thing did come out of its nest, there's a good chance that it might rampage across Kolstov.
And that's a no.
So we'd have to get a group of people ready.
What about you two? What do you think as I look towards our guest appearances?
Ulri is just staring very cautiously at home. Almost like she suspects her of something. Well, as shocking as this sounds, to realize that there is a giant city-destroying monster not more than 40 miles from our town, or from the city, but I do appreciate you doing your best to hold it back. But why haven't you tried seeking help? I'm sure surely that there would have been a major notice in Kolstov about this. Unfortunately, I'm not built for the cold. I don't function very well in cold. I was only, believe me, I wanted to, but it's difficult for me to be outside for more than, I'd say, an hour. Very well. Town is about 4 days away.
You haven't attempted to create something to keep yourself warm?
It's not that like these halls are cold. Like this place is pretty warm still. Like I said, there's a fire that's nearby you guys, and it's basically a house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I've been trying to go back on some of the animal trials to see if there's something that I could create, but it takes time. Genesis has been in Luavara for, goodness, hundreds of years. Or no, not hundreds, only about 100 years. And when my sisters and some of the other subjects broke out, a lot of data was lost. So I don't have all of the pieces to the puzzle.
Oh.
Hence the reason why I was telling you all that I was continuing Genesis's research.
To try and figure out the route.
I wanted to create something. I wanted to create something that can get me out. And I am fully believed that I am close to something. Miss Hole, if I may ask, how many generations of experiments have you proceeded? Past your sisters, I should say. You said you were part of generation 34. Yes? Correct. I have proceeded past generation 30 and 40. And as per Genesis's traditions, every 25 generations, they collectively take all of their notes and research and then put them towards that generation to see what they can find. So, generation 15, and then they started the tradition at 25 when they started moving to higher forms of intelligence. So 25, they did it again, like I said, with generation 30, because they decided to go towards bipedal trials. And then now, with what I'm working on now, generation 50 is going to be the collective of all of the research that I have access to and everything that I've learned in my lifetime. I can show you my lab if you would like.
Are you sure it's wise to continue the research of the Genesis project? Considering how it has created monsters and has led to many of deaths?
I have taken very, very careful precautions and care for each of my subjects.
I'm not saying that you haven't, but there are others that might not share your ideals.
And that I am understanding of. However, this is my life's work. I'm just
hope you understand the gravity of the dangers that this research can bring.
I do. But this is my life's work. And I'm far too in now just to give up. I can't.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind, Hone, I would actually like to see your lab. I would be interested to see what you were capable of being down here for so long. Of course. She's gonna stand up. If you would all follow me, I could take you down there.
Off we go. Bow.
So, as Hone is walking away, I need you guys to make me perception checks.
Fuck you, Jacob.
I went up to you, bitch.
It's not good pretext when the people with the highest perception rolls are getting a 21 and a 22, though.
All right. 8.
I got a 4.
8 and Alistair.
Okay.
As you guys are getting ready to walk out the door, you guys happen to notice that Bonnie and Alia stay behind a little bit.
I'm gonna look at 8 and be like, and I'm gonna stay back. like give a little 2-finger like go with them.
It would nod and just keep a certain distance.
Is something the matter, my lady? Something doesn't seem right. She says she says that she's the only one still down here. Look around the room. And Alistair, as you do, everything around you, just everything looks normal. But, minus all the potion bottles, papers all over the place.
But that's the issue, isn't it?
But that is the issue. You start noticing it as well. She's been alone and isolated for so long now. Alistair, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And I'm asking this as Matt as well.
Yo, what's up?
Do you remember how old Silky is?
Silky is... Oh, fuck. Did we ever actually get her age?
I believe I mentioned it at one point.
I do not believe you ever have.
I know she's like a kid, like she's past adolescence, but not far if memory serves. It's like 17 or 18, isn't she?
Yeah, I don't think she's old enough to drink yet.
No,
She's
she is.
not. She is old enough to drink?
She's 22.
She's 22. Yeah, I in truth, I probably would have written that down if we ever got that. But
Okay. Well, you know it now because this information should have been given to you. Yeah. Silky has drank in front of you guys.
That's right. She drank the water.
Yeah, she's drank, but we don't think we've ever been given her actual
age.
Well, as players, she's 22.
Yeah.
But you guys know in game that she is of legal age.
So if this one's the oldest, she has to be like 40 something. Nah, 30 something?
Maybe even older.
Yeah.
Judging by Hone's looks, you could probably guess that Hone is roughly about 30 to 32.
So there's a 10 years age gap. Silky's been with her master for a good bit, actually, if memory serves. Like 8, 9.
Speak up a little
One
bit.
said she'd been down
Sorry,
here for
I'm mumbling to
14
myself.
years.
Yeah, she's been with her master for 14 years. You said, KP?
No, Hone said she'd been down here for 14 years.
Yeah,
What
that
if it's
map.
actually been longer?
I missed that part. I guess I did. Yeah.
Let me make sure that my math is correct here.
Is our math mathin'?
I'm not sure.
My math is mathing, yes.
Okay.
Wait, Hone said she was on generation 50. That means she's moved on to complex and past her own generation.
Yeah. Or it also works in the realm of theoretics where she just restarted at the last number they had.
That is what I am implying, yes.
Yeah.
That would also mean continuation of human experimentation.
Yep. I'm gonna look at please say Elfwoman's name once more for Matt's dumb brain.
Alia.
I'm gonna look at Alia and be like, yeah, a lot of this stuff looks too new to and too nice to be in a decrepit facility. Is that what you're getting at?
Precisely. There are some furnishings in here that are far too new to be 14 years old.
Mm.
So my question is, how is she getting them?
Josh, is that globe actually there?
I mean, we can say that.
So it would have important cities on it, right?
The globe actually does not.
Damn.
It only has. It's literally a globe of Apinox.
Okay.
So it has Luavara, it has Demir, it has Androth, and the only actual cities that are labeled are each of the region's capitals.
Capitals.
So
Yeah,
you see Silence, but you don't see any other cities.
Yeah, because well, my whole thing was because I knew the creation of the city where we sent Ragnar's parents to was relatively recent as a capital to an extent.
Genhilder?
Yeah,
Yes.
like that was relatively recent. So if it was on that globe, this would be a newer model.
Genhilder is older than
14
home.
years.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Never mind.
older than home.
Yeah, but still, looks too fucking new down here. Hey, it was a good thought process. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And besides the fact that a lot of these furnishings, the living space looks rather new. Where are the rest of the subjects?
Well, she said they're down a floor. The two between the spider and her.
16 generations of subjects, not counting how many different sub-subjects that there are. You heard what she said. The 34th generation had almost 7 subjects. How many more branches of subjects were off of the previous 16 generations? And where are they?
If I had to put my money on something and be a betting man, and she's not alone. I mean, and I was just gonna pull up the map. Other people have been down here. We know that. This is too new of a map than for someone else that have not been down here.
That's the thing, though. Lenliu would have known. Something isn't adding up, and I want to know what's going on.
Well, you watch at a distance. It's just like hunting prey. Stalk it, learn what it knows, shoot when right.
Alright, so eventually you guys catch up with the rest of the group. And Hone is just continuing, just talking about some stories that she may have had, like, with her sisters, how, especially about Silky, since that's, like, the biggest thing that you guys have in common. So Owen would tell you guys a bunch of stories of like little baby Silky, like just learning how to talk, and you know, she goes to ask you guys, like, you know, is she still an avid book reader?
Yep.
Absolutely.
That,
She reads a lot.
that makes a lot of sense. That's practically all she did, especially when they brought all of us together to play together.
The amount of times we have lost sight of her only to find her passed out at the library.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Did anything unusual ever happen to Silky when she was with you?
I know she used to have, like, a terrible reaction to some of the doctors. Like, when they would get near her, or, like, when they would touch her or something to do an examination, her mutated ear always had a reaction to it. I don't know what it was.
Oh?
We've something similar. It's always when there's some sort of presence around. Not when anybody's touched her per se, but just certain kind of presence.
Well, apparently the alchemist discovered something about Silky, and her file, along with the rest of my sister's files, are down below the Arachnosaurus. That's my selfish reason for wanting to go down there. But like I said, it's mostly because of the rest of the research and papers and everything. I'm mostly after the head alchemist's research.
Oh, why so?
It's just trapped behind the Arachnosaurus. There were things in his books that a lot of the other alchemists didn't know, and I have a feeling that there might be a secret or some sort of a breakthrough in there.
Say,
What was the
Hone.
name of
Oh,
the head alchemist?
I actually have his name. Give me a minute.
Woo! Get prepared.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say it's something Markley.
Oh no. No. These
No,
the
that was me
original.
as a player, not
Oh,
as
okay.
Fabian.
Uh, remember, Hone said that the alchemists that came over were apprentices of the Markleys.
Okay, yeah, I didn't remember that.
Aurus Exius.
I'm just gonna wait for that one to be put in the chat. There we go.
That's a pretty intense name.
Yeah.
Say, Hone, you said you've been continuing the research.
Correct, I have.
What level have you gotten to equivalent research with Genesis at this point?
I would like to think that I am at least on the same level as most of Genesis. My mutations, however, I might be a little bit further ahead. I might also be doubting my abilities a little bit. But unfortunately, I don't have anything to compare it to, so
Fair.
anyway, here we are. And she's gonna bring you guys to a large pair of doors. She grabs the brass handles, pulls them open, and leads you guys into a chamber. Cody, this place in particular kind of reminds you a lot of home.
I remember that smell.
Not in the poop kind. More of the engineering down here.
Yeah. I was just gonna say lemon scented.
As a car air freshener just over top one of the tanks.
So you guys walk into this room. It's actually a relatively small room compared to like Hone's main room that you guys were just in. You guys do happen to see like a lot of older pipeworks made out of brass or copper. It's very it screams dwarven. A lot of these areas here, a lot of like the platform is made out of metal. And around the room, you guys can see 7 tube-like structures that are filled with either like small organisms. So actually, let me go ahead and mark these out for you guys. So these two have like tiny little organisms that are in them that are just like swimming around, doing their thing.
Just doing the thing.
Just keep swimming.
This one is actually broken. Let's see here. This one. and this one are actually empty. The big one, however, actually appears to have a person in it.
Oh.
So Hone is gonna walk on up, and she's gonna like dust off a couple of chairs and such in case if you guys want to sit down. And she turns around, arms open wide, and says, "Welcome to my lab." So sorry, it's a little gross. I wasn't expecting visitors.
Would that be one of the test subjects? As I point to the person in the container?
That's correct. This is subject 50.
So this is your
This is the collection of everything I was able to find and everything that I know myself. I haven't really thought of what he's gonna be like, or I am leaving that all up to him. I do have a name for him though.
Oh, by all means.
Ash.
Lovely name. Out of curiosity, where did you get the genetic material needed to create a body?
From the storehouses in some of the rooms that we passed on the way here.
This material is still good after 14 years?
Magic can do wonders when preserving things.
That's true. That's a really incredible marvel. I don't know how to feel about it, honestly.
Alistair, you're gonna see Alia like lean over to fucking Bonnie.
Fucking Bonnie.
Fucking Bonnie. Fucking laser sights.
And you're gonna hear her whisper to him, once again, where are the other subjects? There's 3 empty tubes in here. Where are they?
Well, this is where we carefully prod questions to get our answers. I'm gonna lean up to 8.
8's just gonna nod.
So, Miss Hall, are you planning on continuing the experiments after subject 50 is complete?
Done cooking?
It's
She
not
did.
egg.
Not a
No,
vegetable.
she did compare it to cooking.
She did.
That can't blame me for that one.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I would have to see the results. Once he's able to walk, talk, and think for himself, I would mostly go through all of my sequence of questions and everything. Make sure that he's fit to survive, pretty much. After that, I would collect the data, cross-reference it with the rest of my notes, And then if the results are inconclusive, then I move on to the 51st generation.
What happens to the 50th then?
That is completely up to him.
So you just create these subjects, give them no purpose, and let them out into the world?
Well, I don't simply just let them go. Absolutely not.
And where do they go?
Wherever they decide. Dr. Malkova, my mother, as I grew up to know her as, she was practically our personal doctors. That for all of my sisters. She
I'm
had. Or go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna lean over to Alia and ask something.
Dr. Malkova did her best to try and teach us as much as we can, as much as she can while we were in Genesis, and I do the exact same thing to all of my subjects. I teach them about Luavara. I teach them about different skills that they are born with. I teach them how to hone those skills. And then I show them places that they can go if they so choose. Or they can stay with me.
Have many decided to stay?
No.
Makes sense when you
When
in the same area for so long, you kind of want to see something new.
that's the most of them. Some of them, however, didn't really like the idea of, oh, I was born in a tube and I have no purpose in life.
It just kind of seems unfair to them.
That's the reason why I provide to them as much as I can.
I'm now going to lean over to Alia at this point, Josh, and just ask her, when did the folk with animal traits start showing up in town?
Racism.
How else would I phrase that, Cody?
Now that you mention it, we saw a large influx of those people showing up about 13 years ago.
Hey, Hone, when would you say you managed to get back to bipedal trials?
Maybe 8 to 10 years ago?
All right, just curious. Not the time connection I was hoping for, but still interesting.
I mean, can always sense motive.
We could, but I don't think I any points to that skill. Yeah, it's a whopping 1. I'm not the human lie detector I've been in previous campaigns. So, what do you do with the failed experiments?
Whatever I can for them.
Have there been many? Or
Several.
any?
Several.
What deems them as failed experiments? They don't produce the results you wanted, or
It's either that they don't produce the results of what genetics I put in them, or there is a catastrophic mutation that ruins the purity of the experiment. But that begs the question again, Home. What happens to them? The exact same thing that happens to all of my experiments. I teach them about the world, and I show them that they are people. I give them suggestions of what they can do with their skills or their mutations, and they leave.
I'm sorry to say this, but it's kind of hard to believe that all of them would leave. No one wanted to stay with you?
I never said all of them wanted to leave.
Oh.
Some of them did stay, but I personally encouraged them to leave.
So the ones who stayed, where are they?
Dead. Not by my hands, though.
No one's accusing you of anything. It just came off as
It's
a little shock.
dangerous territory around here. We've seen it ourselves.
Generation 40 was my first attempt at creation to take down the Arachnosaurus. I specifically created that entire generation for that reason.
So sometimes you do create with purpose.
Or did.
I did. Never again, though.
Sometimes we need to learn the hard way.
I created 10 subjects in Generation 40. When they grew up, I taught them everything that they are supposed to be taught. And as for all of my subjects, I told them of their purpose. I showed them the exact same file that you're holding in your hands now, Alistair. And I said, this is what I designed you all to defeat. I am not forcing you to do this. And if you want to walk out and go be one of the greatest adventurers in the world, that is your choice. All of them stayed. All of them tried. There were 3 survivors. Where they are now, I don't know.
What were their names?
Of the survivors?
Yes.
Javaz, Ira, and Ons.
Okay.
else has been here down here before us, and the ones you have raised and left, right?
There have been people down here before. Not as far as you all have gone. The only places that they would go would be the surface and the ruins.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you couldn't get past the spiders.
After Generation 40, I decided to just wait out the Arachnosaurus.
Can't blame you.
It can't live for that long.
I mean, do you know how long it's been alive?
Around 50 years.
It's too bad we can't put one headache against another.
That's true.
Okay.
But I sincerely hope that Ash is going to be my last.
Growing tired of this?
I just don't like seeing their faces when they learn the truth.
Fair.
Anyway, I would hate to continue bringing down the mood with this. How's about I can at least take you all to see the entrance to the Arachnosaurus?
Sounds fine.
Sounds good to us.
That section of the lab, thankfully, is sealed off, and there is a viewing platform that you can actually see into it.
Oh, all right. Pretty handy.
Convenient.
Matt, is there anything you want to do before?
Not while we're still in this room, but I will talk to Alia as we're like walking further down the hall, and they're all chatting up front. So you think she's had other visitors before us?
No, I'm almost certain.
You think they're Genesis, or you think they're someone else?
I think there's someone else. I wholeheartedly believe that she is the last scientist of Genesis.
Meaning that someone else is out here pulling her strings.
I think that was a large leap of...
I'm sorry, you're not in this conversation. This is
I
an
know.
ABA. This is an ABA conversation.
Yeah, but you just made a huge leap
It's
of
double
logic.
AB conversation.
It is a double AB conversation. Alistair, Bonnie, and Alia. ABA.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Maybe not. Bonnie is just there while the Rangers are
You
talking
know, I
in the
said that
background.
without even thinking about the names.
Yeah. I mean, so you think? I mean, here's the thing, Cody. Someone's giving her equipment and furniture down here, meaning that they're funding her.
But we never asked if anybody's come back to visit.
We very much just asked, has anyone else been here before us, didn't we? And she said no.
But We never asked if they had returned.
Yeah, it is a little different when
If
it's
if they have already come from there, it's not really somebody new.
That's true. Fair enough. I'm. So, who do you think the visitors might be? Or you got nothing on that one, Elia?
I don't.
Hmm. 1 second. As they're walking, hey, Hone, any of your, I guess, kids? Would kids be the appropriate turn? Ever like come back, stop in, say hi, catch up, get a glass of milk?
return with milk.
Not in quite some time. I've had a couple of them return, but like I said, I never let them back in the facility.
Oh, all right. Huh. I mean, I guess that's fair. It's pretty dangerous down here.
So you guys are going to be led down. Led down a corridor and led down a flight of stairs into another hallway where you guys take another right. And again, there's another large door there with now a large padlock on it.
Josh, can I quickly lean up to 8 and be like, "Do you have Zone of Truth?"
Sadly, I'm not a paladin or a
I don't know.
cleric.
I don't know magic. I don't know who can do what.
I'm not of a holy order.
Damn.
So people wanted me to become one, but I chose Druid.
Alistair like gives you a knowing nod and just leans back into his the trio of people who grew up in the wilds. I'm gonna lean over to Alia and be like, she's lying.
Not just,
I love how you
think
get-
she's lying. No,
I
she's
lo-
just straight lying.
She's straight
I
up
love-
lying.
I love how, like, from that whole spiel, it's
There's
like,
been
hey,
so much espionage happening behind all of you right now.
the
it's like,
amount of DMs that me and Matt have been sharing.
it's like,
All I see is sense mode if I go, fuck.
it's like,
All right.
hey, do you have Zone of Truth? No.
Why?
Such and such.
No reason.
I'm not this. Oh, she's lying. What?
What?
And truly it's just, it's some spicy DMs.
So you guys are going to be led once again to a room, to a doorway that has a large padlock on it, and you can see that there is a large box next to this door. Hone,
Box?
yeah,
Box.
Hone is going to look over at you guys and say, would you also mind bringing in some of the food that's in that box?
Yes, very much.
I'm not a fan of spiders. I'll stay back here.
Ragnar picks up a box.
Unfortunately, Cody, this box is literally bigger than you, and it's
dwarf.
filled to the brim with food.
Dwarves
No
don't
offense,
feel
Hone.
encumber.
No offense, Hone. We came here to look, not feed.
Damn.
Understandable. She's just gonna open the box, pick up like a handful of like fruits, vegetables, and then open the door, and then push it open to where you guys are led into a large like observation room with a big glass window in front of it. And then as you guys look down into the area where this room is standing on top of, you guys are met with this.
Me no likey. Me no
Yikers.
likey.
Uh,
Me no likey.
Josh, so what's the floor below us made of?
You
Wood.
guys are standing on like wood,
I-
and if you like tap on it, it sounds like that there's stone underneath it.
Okay, I'm gonna lean over the Bonnie. Post up at the door.
What are you
So-
planning?
Nothing now, but if she makes a move, I don't want her escape to be easy.
Fair.
Out of
I-
curiosity, go ahead.
That's fine. Yeah, that's true. Eversella would not want to be near those spiders.
You said there was a research that you were looking for down there. Do you know where it would be located?
Oh, I forgot that
As-
the size of these spiders is not accurate.
Not to scale. It needs to be bigger. Oh, yep, I was right.
Now, what was your question,
Also-
Cody? I'm sorry.
So I asked her. She, you said there's research down there that you want to get a hold of. Do you know where it is located? As I'm looking down into the room.
I do. You see that? Do you see that tunnel right there at the end of the room?
Yes.
There's a doorway that is supposed to be behind there. That leads into a separate hallway of the laboratory, and it's down, I would say, 2-3 more flights of stairs.
Interesting. Now, DM, how close is the floor?
What do you mean? Like the distance between the observation room
Observatory
to the
and the
bottom of the
floor.
floor of the observing room?
Yes.
It's roughly about, I would say, a 40 to 50 foot drop.
Okay.
Alright.
Out of curiosity, you wouldn't happen to have any spider dung, would you?
Spider.
God, I'm gonna look
Spider
so
dung?
side-eyed at you.
I feel like everyone kind of like looks at him like,
Like,
What?
this is some Ragnar bullshit. But what the fuck, Ragnar?
Like,
fuck,
ser-
Richard?
Ragnar.
all I need is a little bit of spider dung.
I'm sorry, spider what?
Shit. Is that better? Feces?
I personally don't have any.
Okay. Would you be able to describe the scent of their feces
What the
in
fuck?
detail?
I question you more every day.
Xavier just face palms.
Well,
Do you have
Oh,
any of their
yeah.
corpses?
there's a couple of them strewn around. Why?
Okay, that will work.
What do you need it for, Ragnar?
Just let me work. Let me stew.
Josh, is there any, like, obvious levers or buttons or things in this room?
No, not really. There's like a couple of tables that are in this room that are like littered with papers, candles, like empty bottles of ink. But the only like mechanical thing that's in this room is what Hone is standing in front of, where you can see is like a small latch that she just unlatches, opens, takes out a
puts food in.
stick, like clears out some of the webs, and then just starts throwing food in there.
Fair enough.
And you can see like the spiders are starting to conglomerate around.
Oh, this is
around the food.
perfect.
I don't like that you're saying that, Cody.
I don't like that, Cody.
So,
I
do I get my hands on a body?
Huh?
I would
What?
like to get my hands on one of the spider bodies. She
So-
said she had some corpses.
Hone,
Uh,
how do you actually enter this room? Because you can't enter it from here, can you?
No, there's a doorway that's off to the right that's, once again, covered by fucking webs. But there is a staircase that is on the other side. It's actually the doorway right down the hall.
Oh, okay.
For your corpse that you want, Ragnar, I think I have a couple stored in one of my storage rooms somewhere.
What about all these fuckers we just fought on the way in here?
Oh, the frost spiders?
Oh, different breed than these things?
Yes, those are native to Kolstov.
Wait a minute.
Why are they breeding so explosively all of a sudden?
It's because of the rival nests that you see before you.
I see.
That
They
should
That
send
makes a lot
them,
more
and
sense.
so there's
Which
like
one's the
sibling rivalry.
Arachnosaurus?
It's not out.
None of these are the Arachnosaurus. This is its brood.
Yep.
Where is it at, or normally like to spend its time?
Isn't
In-
it one more floor down?
Past the hole. Once you go past that hole, that is where the explosion happened. It opened up a large part of the cavern where this laboratory is built on, and the Arachnosaurus resides in there. As you can see, when I throw food down here, the spiders are taking it, and they're going to be bringing it to their mother. And again, and exactly as she says, like these 6 spiders right here all gather up the food, they like wrap it and stick them all together, and then they just skitter into the hole.
Skitter, skitter,
Get her.
skitter.
And of course, she's gonna back up, close the latch, lock it.
I'm gonna look at Alia and just see what she wants to do.
So about my corpse.
Right. Come with me. I think I remember where I put it.
All right.
Sorry, just before we go, just a couple more questions because this is a fascinating study on brood dynamics. So the frostbite spiders are able to, I assume, through pheromones or something, detect this brood.
Correct. Which is very interesting considering that the frostbite spiders are made of ice, and these are, fleshy,
Half reptile.
fleshy half reptile monsters.
And your Arachnosaurus is probably what, like a size gigantic or titanic creature?
He's pretty big.
Surprised he fits down here.
Caverns are pretty big when they're naturally
Yeah.
occurring. If you guys want to take some notes on the spiders while I go find the corpse for Ragnar, that's fine. That would be great.
Just a handful, and you haven't bothered just systematically using an acidic mist or anything to slowly whittle away a web and egg. Yeah,
I think
assume-
it's
No,
sorry, go
I
ahead.
think
The
it's a little
webs-
hard to procure that down here.
Oh, she's an alchemist.
Well, the acid will melt the webs, but not the eggs or the monsters.
Ah.
I think at this point here, Zambi is like in his own little world, is like imagining a metal head with spider legs.
And just one more question, real random. Some of that furniture you had back in that room was relatively modern, but you haven't left here in ages. Yeah, care to explain that?
Damn, coming right out with that, huh?
Damn.
Oh,
Well, that's why I was like question. The real
Random.
question.
I'm not sure what you mean. All of that furniture has been here since Genesis.
I'm gonna look at Alia for this one because she noticed it before I did.
You're lying.
Fair enough.
Just bam.
You
You're lying.
You
You're-
lied.
You're lying about the furniture.
You're lying about the visitors. And you're lying about people not coming back in. So Hone, would you like to tell us what's really going on here?
I have no idea what's fucking going on.
I'm not quite sure what you mean. Like I said, that furniture has been here since Genesis's existence.
You have furniture in there that was just
There-
recently that was just debuted in like nobility houses only a couple years ago.
There's also furniture in there that are not even of Kolstov make. There's no furs, there's no heavy materials. Only materials that you would find in Dandelier
Oh.
or anywhere else in the Dwarven Kingdom. Your beakers as well. If they're as old as you say that they are, then surely there must be some sort of alchemical stains on them.
Or
The el-
chips.
Or chips or something. And they're not even standard glass beakers that you would find in most alchemist shops.
No, what are they? They're crystalline, aren't they?
They're elven.
Oh. What an interesting accumulate of items.
Well,
Almost like
as I stated before, I have had visitors before, but they do not leave the surface.
but that's a lie.
How do you manage to get the furniture down here
They don't
from
leave
the
the-
surface?
We walked. It's pretty perilous. Not to mention we had to go through a lot
And
of
you
webs to
said
cut
you
them
were
down.
hiding from the spiders when we came down.
Yes. I was hiding from the spiders because I was overran. You have to remember, I am also an experiment. I do have genetic altercations.
True. But what were you doing up there?
I was surveying the area, seeing how badly that the frost spiders were coming closer and closer to the lab.
Can I sense motive that?
Go for it.
I want to cast Detect Magic and see if
God.
maybe there's something magical around Hone.
She's a magical being.
Yeah, besides her just being a magical being, Aristella, you do sense a little bit of magic coming out of her bag, but that's about it.
My sense motive is useless.
Yes, because that sounds like the truth.
DM just told us she lied.
Yeah, but characters don't know that.
I know, but it's just funny.
Some
Uh.
things are very believable how you did things. But
Aristella, you can tell she's lying now. Anybody can now make sense motive on anything that Hone is saying.
because we're
Because-
calling her the
Yeah,
fuck
Hone,
out.
you guys
what's
got
in your
called out.
bag?
Well, you know she was lying about surveying the area.
Actually-
so you-
No, it. Give me a second here. We're gonna do something.
Oh boy.
I
Oh.
was really hoping you had something here.
Hone, give me what's in your bag.
Oh boy. She doesn't have spell resistance, so you're lucky for that. DC will save.
16.
She fails.
Oh my god.
So you're gonna see Home like freeze up, like tense up for a second, and you can tell that she's like trying to restrain this magical effect that Aristella has. And you're gonna see her shaking hand reach down, pick up her bag, take it off, and then hand it over to Aristella.
What we got in there, kid?
Aristella, give me perception checks.
Remind me not to get on her bad side.
I already could have told you. Fuck yeah, I
Ooh.
can't.
Damn.
All right, so when you collect the
Considering my
bag,
last one was a 7.
when you collect Hone's bag, you bring it over to one of the tables that are over here.
Just do the a disciplinary check, shake the thing out.
Yep, you just take it and dump it. The whole thing out onto the table. I'm also gonna put a couple more tables down here as well,
That's fair.
Oh,
just in case if something breaks out, because I know you guys.
I would like to not kill her as much as physically possible. That's why I've told Xavier not to draw a weapon yet.
Sabian. Hammer stays.
Hammer go burr.
I just have to say, I'm glad
Xavier,
this drama,
we will do plan go to sleep.
I'm just gonna say I'm glad this drama came up because I was gonna do something really stupid.
I'm well aware you were.
Were you gonna throw her through the freaking window?
No, I was gonna go through the window.
Oh, okay. Jesus
I was gonna
Christ.
turn myself invisible, cover myself in spider guts, and start walking down the hole.
Yeah, the second you started asking questions, Alistair knew he had to do something now before you made the situation worse.
Way worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am an
Alright.
exhausted dad with 5 toddlers.
So KP, while you're
Here we
dumping out Hone's bag, you also still have detect magic still going. Obviously, it takes pretty much the entire duration of detect magic to go through her entire bag. Where you see, yes, she was telling the truth about different scrolls, documents, and papers and such. But near the bottom of the bag, your perception was actually high enough to see a secret compartment. 2 of them, actually.
Oh shit!
And then when you untied them, opened them up, you will see that she had vials of potions.
Oh.
And you're staring at the potions, and you notice that they're laced in evocation magic.
Checks magic notes.
Burner, shocker, freeze your friends.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe Cat.
Take a joke at.
Thank you, Joe Cat.
So there are potions of exploding ice, alchemist fire, offensive potions, and including some healing potions as well. The second compartment, however, you find
the first one didn't sound bad. She needs those.
you find a rock.
Rock?
Rocky Talkie!
Rocky Talkie.
That-
Rocky Talkie.
that has an arcanic rune etched into it.
What we got?
Mark.
Give me knowledge arcana.
Do you hold it up, KP? Can we all see it?
Yeah. I'd probably call Ragnar over.
Boop.
Ragnar,
Cool.
is this what I think it might be?
Rocky Talkie.
I'm sure with that roll, it is.
Ragnar, this is a sending stone.
Ah, what a lovely
do.
little sending stone.
Oh, ascending stone. Are you talking to Miss Isolationist?
All right, nope, that's enough. Alia is going to draw her bow.
I prefer that we don't kill her.
There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and killing her isn't going to answer them.
No,
Imagine.
not killing, threatening.
All right, fair enough. I can work with this. Alistair pulls out his bow. Actually, he doesn't. Xavier.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
First, why don't we try to get out of here?
Anyone, I'm gonna send in my gorilla.
You want a intimidate check, real quick?
By all means.
Xavier
Alia is going to help with this as well.
Xavier reaches into his pack and actually pulls out a great helmet and puts it on.
Full play plus. That's a +2 intimidation check. Isn't
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Not bad.
You rolled a 7.
I rolled a 7.
Alia rolled a 15, and she's a charisma character.
Yep. Yeah, that's the other thing. Xavier's not charisma.
Motherfucker rolled a 7.
I rolled a 7.
Did you add the bonus for the helmet?
Yes, I did.
Oh, and Hone rolled low.
Oh boy.
Oh,
no.
honey.
So upset.
So tragic.
I sent in my big scary dog. What are you gonna do?
Well, like I think at this point here is just like Xavier doesn't even have his weapon. He just like standing.
He's looming over Alia.
1 second, everybody.
Oh,
Why don't we take Hone out of here
Nah.
and
Moving-
question her?
Moving her is risky. Moving her
Not
risk-
necessarily.
It's risky right now because we don't know the lay of this lab, and she gets away.
We know
she
the
can
way
hide.
back.
She has
That's about all.
no way out, Miss Aristella. I understand your intentions. However, this is the best position we have. It's either she chooses to try and go through Alia and Mr. Xavier, plus myself here at the door, or she faces certain death in spiders.
You can throw her out the window.
Misunderstanding something. I'm saying we take her with us.
Yeah, we get that. I
I
think it's
have
more.
things I can use.
Can't you do them now?
I'm trying to warn you guys. I'm going to cast Slumber.
go sleep, go
On
sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
I would much rather, KP, before we do that, just interrogate her here and now. We have her cornered in a room.
You guys can very clearly see that Hone is terrified right now.
Yeah, it's very easy right now to get what we want.
Yeah.
But if she's magically affected, or if she's been brainwashed,
I don't think that's any of the cases here.
she's been led astray, more than likely.
Yeah, but we don't know that yet.
I like how you assume she's innocent.
Yeah, Alistair is very much you're guilty till proven innocent.
So Araceli, you can go ahead and say I can put her to sleep and we can take her someplace where we are able to secure. She is in full panic mode right now,
Let's
and she's
put her to sleep for right now. We'll move back up to her room and we can interrogate her
don't-
there.
We don't know what's in that room. We don't know what tricks or things or there may be a passage.
We
in
don't
there
know
that
if
we
there's
don't-
another passage in here. She might not have told us everything about in here.
She hasn't told us everything about anything. Right now, she's very
Her room,
scared.
at least, we know of there being only one entrance and exit. Here, there's at least two.
No, there's only one.
No, there's the way we came in, and then there's the way to the spiders.
True.
which is currently closed and locked, and you have the key.
We're in a situation right now where we have her intimidated, scared, and cornered. It is our best chance for interrogation as it stands currently.
But scaring the living daylights out of her might not get us what we want either.
It's gonna get us answers.
Plus, it's already too
Potentially.
late.
I mean, it's a little already too late. Elia has an arrow pointed directly at her face.
And Sabian
Hone,
did put the helmet
just-
on.
Tell us the truth.
And Xavier's just standing there.
Menacingly.
Yeah.
What's really going on down here?
You're gonna see Hone just like change from a scared expression on her face to she's just openly crying now. She is breaking down.
Yeah, I don't care.
Damn, don't lie to you.
She hands her hands up, with the arrow obviously in her face. You're gonna see her take her right hand and then brush it and just wave it in front of her face. And KP, you are going to notice the magic vanish.
Nani?
She is not magical. She was under a spell.
Oh.
Hone,
Alright, well, congrats to KP for
are
telling
you
it.
Hone, are you okay?
As Hone waves her hand over her face, the magic is going to slowly drain from her body, from head to toe. And you guys are going to notice her hair is not perfectly kept. It is frizzled. It is dirty. Her face is beaten to high hell. Bruises on her mouth. Her nose is crooked. Her left eye is blackened.
Holy shit, we just found a victim of domestic abuse and we scared her.
That's glorious.
Her
I'm gonna
white,
go
Pretty
over
off
to
bar for
her
it
and-
at this point.
her
I'm gonna
white,
go over to
her
her
white
and cast
clothes,
Cure Light Wounds.
her white clothes are completely dirty, covered in blood and dirt, bruises of internal bleeding on her arms. She is beaten to hell.
What the hell happened to you?
Does Alia, change?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was hoping for. I'm like, girl, I swear to God, I'm heartless. Do something. Be better.
Savian, habit off.
Alistair also noticeably oh shit.
Guys, give her a little bit of breathing room here.
Um,
She was under some sort of magic.
it
Something
looks-
bigger is going on down here. And I think we've just been lured in.
Home collapses on her knees, just openly crying now on the floor.
Hone. I need you to talk to me here. What's going on down here? It's obvious that not all of this was your doing, but we need to know what we're getting into.
He's making me do it.
He who?
He came back looking to
What's
see.
his name?
He came back looking to see if there was anybody left.
The
I
Grand Alchemist.
I never knew he got so strong.
Oh shit.
He demanded my skills in exchange.
Is it Sven?
She just stops talking after that.
Fuck.
Nod your head yes or no.
She nods.
Oh, looks like that bastard's going up higher on the kill list. He was already at the top. He's going above it now.
Hone, we need to get you out of here. Will you come with us? We'll take you to Kolstov and
take-
have the healers take a look at you.
We'll take you to your sister.
And Silky is there.
I can't leave. I
Why?
can't. Felfrey will find me.
Well, we know for a fact that Felfrey walked in the opposite direction of the way we went.
Why are you afraid of Felfrey?
I have a
Felfrey's
feeling.
working with him. That's why Silky warned us not to get near her, and why Piper warned us.
Also, when
They
you
had
think
an
about it,
inkling that Felfrey was working with him.
she's literally a master manipulator.
That's how they got to me.
If they used a master manipulator, why did did they beat you?
He does it
For when the manipulator's not around.
He does it for fun.
Is there a tier higher than eviscerating this man and running his entrails over Luavara? Because I don't find it.
How much
Don't
of this
worry.
was an illusion?
None of it. Everything you see before you is real.
Ash,
He's real.
What's his real purpose?
He's a soldier.
I'm assuming they made you continue the experiments.
You get another nod.
Have the results of your experiments been going to Sven?
You get another nod.
What do you want to do with Ash?
Protect him. I don't want him to fall to Sven.
Can he leave his tube?
No. He's not ready.
How long until he would be?
2, maybe 3 months.
We can't leave you down here that long.
Can we move a tube? How do they function?
As long as there's still provided the proper alchemical ingredients, Ash can survive.
So we could theoretically move him.
We would have to heavily insulate his some sort of a smaller tube, though. Kolstov's cold will kill him if the temperature of that tube goes down too far.
Does it have to be a smaller tube? We got men that can carry it.
You can't carry the giant vat he was in.
Cody. We can't carry a giant tube 4 days away.
Yeah, we need to come back with. We need to come back with a cart and a fuck ton of furs.
Every single one of my experiments, all of my children.
Wait, the frost spiders. Does their silk have insulating properties?
It's freezing.
What about the
Just
spiders
curious.
here?
Acid and poison immunity.
The silk. Would the silk provide warmth?
No.
No.
But
Okay.
wouldn't the silk of the frostbites resist cold?
I'm afraid what it would do to the glass.
That's fair.
And besides, if I do leave the facility, what's going to happen to Subject 25?
Who's subject 25?
We'll
The
put a
giant fucking
The
spider.
giant
Well,
spine spider.
we will put a notice out for stronger adventurers to come here. Right now, none of us are in any way able to tackle that thing right now.
Before we get ahead of ourselves, Alia, what do you think is the best course of action? You live here. You know these lands better than us.
The sudden change in temperature would shatter the glass. Ash would instantly be killed. If I'm not mistaken, you folks recently sold a bunch of Yeti pelts to our shop, didn't you?
Yeah. Don't tell me those are the answer.
I wonder if
Yes.
I wonder if they're still available.
Well, I mean,
If not, there is one more creature here in the north that we would be able to get pelt that would be able to insulate that too.
What creature would that be?
Give me a second.
Because I will knowledge nature this as well to see if I could think of one.
Please tell me it's an herbivore.
You know it's not.
It's not going to be a popo, okay?
I
never
just
a
once
popo.
want to fight a powder puff.
What is it? The snow leopards.
Oh.
The snow leopards.
Are they less dangerous than the Yetis during migration?
It's not that,
Probably not.
it's not that they're dangerous. They're near extinct.
Kill an
Oh.
extinct species.
I don't want to put an endangered species even further into ruin.
Regardless, even if we move Ash, we still have, and point to the window, that to worry about.
How long can this creature go without being fed? I usually have to throw down food every 6 hours.
What if we threw all the food you had here down?
It would gorge itself.
It would, yeah, but so it would just gorge and probably brood more spiders.
Hmm.
Because as much as I want to get you out of here, that spider is the bigger issue.
Maybe let the spiders go head to head.
The Arachnosaurus would break free though.
Yes, but in the meantime, they could gorge on the spiders.
Well, we do know one thing. It's weak to fire.
We don't have enough firepower to deal with it.
You've got a
We
blaze
don't.
going. It will. That's those silks will catch.
But Kolstov does.
Oh,
But remember, there's also important documents down there that Hone is wanting to get.
Hone, do you actually want those documents?
Or was that?
I do. They have answers for me and my sisters.
Hone,
Okay.
can these spiders see invisibility?
If you touch their webs, I'm assuming they're quite like other spiders and will feel it.
The answer
They
to
will,
that is
yes. They will, yes. And their webs are very sticky.
no offense, Hone.
Hey, Ragnar, you still have that grease?
I have a grease spell, so yes.
Oh, no offense, but if it's between dealing with the spider menace and getting answers to long questions, the greater good subjects that we burn this place down.
If only I could.
I have to know why they wanted to kill Silky.
All right.
Well, we might have an inkling.
So I need to learn how to fly. Anybody got any suggestions?
So, Hone,
Well-
did Silky ever display any other unusual abilities? when she was with you and your sisters?
She was only 5. She was only 5 years old when we broke her out. Like, I
Silky
know...
recently did something that is unusual. Ragnar and 8 experienced it and would be able to tell you more, but it might give you a clue as to why they wanted to deal with Silky. Because Silky's had a run in with Sven before. Was he here when you guys were. When this place was still operational?
No. Sven came back 2 years after the explosion.
You said came back. Was he one of the experiments?
You get a nod.
What number or letter was he?
33 Delta.
So 1 generation before you.
Correct. Ollie is going to turn around and look at Ragnar. You want to get a good look at this thing, don't you?
I really want to get a good look at this thing and see if I can't get those documents, because that's incredibly important. Something is definitely going on with Silky, and I'm willing to risk it all to get something done here.
Well, let's go back to Hone's room. Get some rest.
Ollie is going to hold out her hand and say, "Do you trust me?"
Oh, this is the moment I wanted.
Oh boy.
I need rest before I can do
I stick your hand
much.
out. I stick my hand out. I trust you.
Oh boy.
They have a plan, my man.
You all take care of home. Ragnar and I are going to go get a good look at this thing.
Are you sure?
Be careful.
We're gonna wait in this observation room.
I blow 2 spells of invisibility.
Alright, so you blow 2 spells of invisibility, and Alia is going to burn 2 spells of Raven's Flight.
Oh shit!
So, in a burst of shadowy feathers, you turned into a tiny blurred shape reminiscent of a black raven until the beginning, or for a duration of time equivalent to the ranger's casting modifier. Plus her... What do fucking rangers cast off of, Matt?
It's wisdom.
Wisdom modifier, yeah, there it is.
I had to think about that one. Because I
So
really care about
before you blow your invisibility, she says, "We will have approximately 2 minutes to fly in, see this thing, and get out."
Oh, that's fine, because I got one more thing. I'm going to mind link.
Ooh.
I'm going to know exactly where those documents are.
Ooh, that's smart. Very good, Cody.
Oh shit. Good shit.
I'm going to know exactly where those documents are. I'm going to go for the documents. I want her to go see the creature. And I can mind link with her again when we reconvene. I'll have to do a rest before then, but
Ooh.
So you touch Hone to mind link and get
Yep.
the.
What level spell is that?
that is a level 1 spell.
Interesting.
it. Here
That's
we once
bullshit.
again Cody's ability to find the most mundane spell. It's so fucking useful.
All right. So,
It also has it can be the information can come as a series of visual images, emotions, sensations, and isn't language dependent.
All right.
Oh yeah, I picked some ridiculous
In the
spells.
meantime, I'm gonna see if maybe there's a sink in the room we're in that I can help Hone kind of clean up.
I would see if 8 has any ability to heal.
Heal? Yeah. Well, I do have.
Well, I have
Tools.
heal too, but I don't want to
Yeah, I know.
blast it all here.
I will ask Hone, when's the last time either I completely forgot.
Felfree or
Thank you.
Sven.
My brain just kept wanting to say Fenrir. When's the last time Felfree or Sven have come by?
Felfree was here 3 days ago.
Does she come often?
No.
How often does Sven come?
Whenever I tell him the next batch of subjects is ready to go.
So theoretically, a bit of time.
He'll be here in 6 months to pick up Ash.
So we have time to avoid Sven, but not time
How often
to
does
avoid...
Felfree come to check on you?
This is the first time in like a year and a half she's seen me.
Okay.
Well, that's good news, at least. It only takes 2 to 3 months to get...
Oh, I was muted. If they were to show up in the meantime, say, would you be able to lie to them?
No.
Okay.
Not to Felfree.
Not especially if Felfree comes.
Then you will not be staying here. You'll be coming with us. Unfortunately, there's just no other way around it. Alright, I'm ready whenever you are. Let's
Then
get this over with.
invisibility, poof, ravens.
Invisiravens.
How are they getting through the glass?
We would unlock the thing.
Oh, use the trap.
The food
The
hatch.
door.
Yeah.
Alright, Cody.
Yes.
Give me a fly check.
Oh
Oh
boy.
boy.
Picked the wrong person.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
I get fly as a skill.
Yeah, because you can throw a dwarf.
How do you get fly as a skill?
Because you can throw a dwarf.
Wait, I sure as hell can.
That's not a joke. That's why dwarfs get fly. Unless Arcanists get fly.
It's Arcanist, you asshole.
Oh boy, accepted racism.
Yeah, I'm like my explanation.
Talk about midget tossing.
Damn.
God.
I mean, let's be real here. Compared to Zaven, you're all midgets.
So good.
Alright.
Huh?
So I actually don't have a map for this.
That's fine.
Because I didn't know you had that.
She.
So,
I don't think we really need a map for it because I know exactly where it's going.
So, a little immersion break for the chat. As a dungeon master, I don't really like looking at character sheets because I enjoy learning about these characters the further the story progresses and challenging myself to come up with solutions for encounters versus the party. I don't aim to kill them, obviously, but it's fun to me to watch these characters grow and get stronger and stronger, but at the same time, I'm adapting myself and the world to accurately advance the story and give the players challenges.
Not only that, but enemies don't know what the shit we have. so-
Exactly. So that's another reason. Enemies don't know what they have. It's unfair for me to design a encounter versus the party when I already know what they're weak against. I can just easily throw them at a couple of dragons and then be done with it, you know? But the only thing that I look at is their levels. That is it.
Damn.
That is it. Everything else is based off of the CR, the challenge rating system of Pathfinder. That's it. And of course, creative results such as this should get rewarded. Because, again, I had no idea this was a thing. So yeah, Cody, with your mind link of Hone, your mind instantly fills with a very, very detailed description and visual cues of the lower levels of the facility. Mostly where all of the general research of the lab and living quarters of most of the subjects used to be before the explosion.
Yep.
So I can see this spell kind of like seeing it through Hone's eyes, kind of as like a movie almost. So you're going to see a much younger, like 11-year-old Hone walking through the facility, talking with a bunch of doctors and such, you know, passing by rooms of different subjects. You know, you'll see Hone's sisters, you'll see subject generation 33, 32, 30, 31. And coming down a couple of corridors, hallways, and doors, you'll see a specific door that reads records or just general storage or whatever. So knowing exactly where to go in your little raven form, you're gonna fly, navigating through the webs, you know, darting through holes and avoiding all of the spiders that are just everywhere.
I would like to say this: if I come across a complete wall of web, as long as I can see on the other side, I can teleport through.
Exactly my point. That's exactly the thing. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, wait a minute, what happens if he comes across a door? These are old-fashioned doors. They have keyholes. Cody can fucking go right through it.
Woo!
So picking Cody to do this was probably the best idea you guys had. This entire campaign.
It was Cody's idea.
Yeah.
It was his idea to be.
None of us. Listen, I love it when Cody picks these obscure classes and they just allow his insanity to
Run wild.
Yeah.
But that's also
Cody-
another thing about the player side, because we don't tell each other.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't know
sometimes we will, but sometimes we don't even tell each other what the fuck we have.
Yeah.
unless it's like
Well, I mean, I'm a
like,
barbarian, so it's kind of simplistic what I have.
Yeah.
and
The
most of
thing about
my
it is-
buffs you also get.
The thing about it is, when it comes to Cody, his understanding of his characters and his classes' mechanics blows my mind.
It's very impressive.
Scary.
So, when you get to the part of the facility where you can see where the records are, of course, you know, there's scorch marks everywhere. There was a fire down there. There was an explosion, you know?
Yep.
Luckily, the place where the records was not touched. It was locked, it's sealed away, but because of your teleportation ability, right in you go.
Let's go.
Now, here is where I am going to have to ask you to make a decision, Cody.
Okay.
Whose records of the 34th generation are you taking? I am allowing you to take 3.
Okay. Can you give me multiple choice or no?
So, you have the option of the following. Subject 34 Alpha, Home. Her records are here. 34 Beta, Diana. The sister that you guys don't know about yet. Or you only know the location of her.
Yeah, she's over in Kitsune Land.
Correct. Her records are here. Subject 34, Charlie. Felfrey.
Tube useful to have.
Subject 34, Delta. Piper. Subject 34, Echo. Batali. Or in these records, it's just 34E. But you already
Okay.
know the sister
I know that's Echo.
after Piper is Vitali. And then there's subject 34, Delta. Give me a perception check.
Oh, that's right.
Is where I'm not good at it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not good at is perception.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you only have 6 options. I'm letting you take half.
I mean, we don't also know who Delta is, so that's completely fine.
Oh, we know who Delta is.
Yeah, you guys know who all of these people are, except for Diana, who is 34 Beta.
Oh, my bad. Who's...
Okay.
We just haven't met Diana.
Which one's Delta, then?
Piper.
Piper.
Delta. Yeah.
Oh, Piper's Delta. Duh.
Okay, so I don't want Pipers. I don't want Hones.
Foxtrot.
And in truth, we don't need Echoes.
And I don't want Echoes.
Alpha
So those are the 3 I
and
don't want.
Foxtrot.
The other 3 I'll take.
So you're going to be taking Hones, Felfreys, and Silkies.
No, opposite.
Oh, you're going to be taking...
Diana's...
Yep. I said which ones I
Di-
don't want because they were the easiest for me to remember.
Yeah, Diana's, Felfreys, and
Silkies.
Silkies. Because, in reality, we got all we need on Hone.
Ability.
We got everything we need on Echo. We know everything about Piper.
It's not even that we know everything about them. It's just
They work with us.
Yes, we can learn more with them. These other people, we either haven't met,
Or
Are
they're
enemy?
the enemy.
are the enemy, or is in a situation that is critical. So,
Alright, so
they're the 3 we're taking.
Cody, go ahead and add Diana, Felfrey, and Silky's Genesis files to your inventory.
This is
Okay.
such a good... Oh my god. We came down here looking for lore. Boy, howdy, did we get it.
We got the lore.
I'm so upset that you rolled so low on that perception check. Because there were two more files down here that you could have gotten.
Yeah, I gotta figure. I got an inclination on whose files, but I'm
One of them.
too
I'll tell you.
Sven.
I'll tell you flat out. One of
Sven.
them was Sven's,
Yeah.
yeah, I figured
Yeah.
as much.
and one of them was a file labeled 34 Gamma.
Oh, I had a feeling it was Gamma. I thought Gamma
Did.
was dead.
So I got Silky.
No,
They
Fell
weren't
free.
sure if
they were never.
Gamma.
They were never created.
Oh.
Oh, so I got Silky's,
You got Silky,
Diana's-
Felfrey, and Diana.
And
Diana, and
Felfrey.
what was the last one? Felfrey.
Felfrey, Felfri,
FLEFLI.
Felfri.
Okay, hold on. Say it one more
Fel-
time.
and Fry.
That works even better.
And that's how you spell Diana's name.
Did I get that right? I did. Ooh.
Diana, like Princess Di.
Yes.
Well, I can't spell for shit. Mainly because it gets jumbled up in my head. Alright, cool.
All right. So, you just whoop right back out the keyhole, fly right back up. You are the first to come back.
Okay. Now she did tell me how long the
2 minutes.
Yep.
yeah
2
the
minutes.
2-minute mark. Okay.
And then literally just a little while after you come back, time's starting to tick down. But sure enough, you see another little bird flapping through the tunnel come up. As
Unless you can see if
soon as she gets through the window, boom, transforms again and falls flat on her face on the ground.
Okay, I will say this: if she was, if none of us have see invisibility, we don't see her coming.
Does your invisibility last more than 2 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Invisibility
one
normally
minute
lasts
per
quite a
level.
bit.
So yeah, you guys just hear a poof and a thud.
Done.
Sounds like she's back.
You okay?
Oh my god, no. Fuck that.
Is it big?
Yeah, it's big.
Okay.
How much fire big?
Arson.
Okay, you got it.
Hold on.
We don't have a
Hone?
convenience.
What files did you get?
Oh, yes. I did manage to grab 3 files. I managed to get Silky's, Diana's, and Filfrey.
Ooh. We can learn more about our mysterious mind manipulator.
Are you okay with us torching the rest here, Owen?
Sorry, I wasn't able to get it all home. But I grabbed what I could.
Okay, Ragnar. The broodmother is not going to be happy if you start torching her home.
I don't think we're torching it right this second, anyways.
No, first we
I don't
gotta
have
get
enough
you
clothes for
and Ash out of here.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
What?
Alia is gonna look at you guys and say, "No, I need to hold an emergency meeting and let Kolstov know what's coming."
Mm-hmm.
I'll help you with that.
Step 1 is get Hone and Ash out of here. Step 2, make this place the warmest place in the north. Step 3, drink.
I could get behind this plan.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Can we drink before that, though?
Yeah, you could drink it between all those intervals, in all honesty, but the last one's going to be more of a celebratory one.
Now we have to decide what we're going to be doing. The walk back to Kolstov is going to be 4 days.
Hone, will you be fine here on your own?
No, we're not leaving her here. She's coming with us.
Does anybody have any extra clothes?
No, remember,
Alistair pulls out one
Oh
of the
yeah, we
traveling
have, to
cloaks.
feed, we have to feed this thing every 6 hours.
this thing has to be fed every 6 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So either
Oh,
we leave home.
Actually, this does not have a range, so I'm wondering if this works. Ring of Summon Skeleton.
Oh my god, Cody.
Oh my god.
Cody's looking at Josh's mechanics and just spitting in their face. It's almost as bad as the dimension shock.
All right, Cody. So you summon the skeleton, and he just gives you a polite bow.
All I want you to do is every 6 hours drop food down this hole. This food. 1 handful. Right? Is that how much?
Approximately 20 pounds.
20 pounds of food every 6 hours goes in the hole.
He will offer you a bow.
Hon, can
Hey.
you show us where to get more of the food so if he happens to run out, he knows where to grab it?
Yes.
Okay.
So she leads you
Buddy,
guys.
beautiful.
She leads you guys to a staircase down another floor, and off to the side where there used to be. You guys could see that there used to be a large, like a couple doors here. There is now just like a large open floor concept, with magical lights that are above a bunch of crop plots.
I would say motherfucker built a greenhouse. Impressive.
But you guys see Hone stop for a second.
Hmm.
Oh no.
What?
And she points off to the very far end of the room. There's a web.
They've escaped
How?
and spread.
No,
What,
it's,
what is it?
Is it the
Frost or is it the other one?
yeah.
you're gonna see her walk up to it. It's probably like the size of Xavier's torso. That's how big the web is. You're gonna see her walk over, reach up, and just like touch it and take a sample of it. No, these are the same webs. How? That entire observatory room is completely sealed. How did they get in?
Well, from the explosion, it might have weakened a wall.
Or they may have burrowed.
No, Sven and his men made sure that they couldn't get out.
Well,
It would seem they were wrong.
there's no telling if generations of these things could have mutated on their own through natural selection.
Is it possible that some of the babies might have gotten through
Smaller cracks.
your food window? That's the only logical reasoning.
Is this like a full ass web or
It
like
is
a hole?
it is a full ass web.
It's as big as me.
Is there a hole in the wall behind it?
No,
So it's just a web.
no, and the creature is missing too.
So there's a spider.
I'm gonna look around.
You don't see anything here in the crop fields.
All right. First things first. Find the spider. Then we go to Kolstov. Then we commit arson. Then we drink.
Then we put Sven in the ground.
Yeah, that's also on the list. Trust me.
So, I'll ask again. Hong, will you be okay for, I would say, a little over a week? I'll be alright.
Do you know if Sven or Felfrey have eyes and ears in the town?
We must assume they do.
I don't know all too much about his entire network.
He's a well-known adventurer. We have come across him in our travels.
So, in other words, we
But
can
seeing
only...
as there's not an adventurers guild out here, there's no telling how far his reach is out here.
We
So-
take
It's
this
hard
to
to
the highest.
judge.
Has there been any reports of missing people in Kolstov? No.
We're fine.
At least not in Kolstov. There has been in some of the towns to the south, but that was about it.
And we're fine for now.
He likely doesn't want to draw attention to his main,
Supplier.
yes.
Alright.
Cody, can you do us a favor and open those documents and see what language they're written in?
Necrol.
Hone, if we were to get rid of this web, would it connect to all the other webs?
No, the webs aren't connected together. They're just the home of the spiders.
Okay, so if we get rid of this one,
It will most likely spin another one. But
would
we
it
get-
draw out the spider, though?
it
It's
would,
easier to lay a trap for it to come back.
well, now that I know that this spider is loose, and as long as it's only one, I should be able to take care of it. Because this web is far too small for it to be any older than a year. And I'm not also much of a fighter, but I'm pretty good with a frying pan.
I take off my ring and hand it to her. Here, you may borrow this until we come to fetch you. He's a good little servant, so, put him to good use. He can help you search for the spider and help you clean up it.
How does it work?
All you have to do is imagine a butler.
You're supposed to just tap on the ring to activate it.
Okay.
Summoning the skeleton and giving him basic orders.
Gotcha. You just tap the ring and give it basic orders. Very basic orders. Something like bash its head in.
Be nice to have a little assistant.
Exactly.
Alright. If you're sure that you can handle this spider, in that case then, we need to get going. We need to...
Alistair, leave a cloak here for Hone in case she should need it.
Alistair pulls out a winter cloak. This one.
If for
made
any
of-
reason you can't hold them off, or you find more,
This one's made
head
of
towards
timber wood.
Kolstov.
You start running directly towards Kolstov. And do not stop until you get there. Okay.
I'm assuming we're leaving her with the sending stone. Do either you two have a sending stone?
No, I do not.
No, that sending stone connects to Sven's.
Is that how they work?
Yeah, so, well, it depends on how Josh is playing it, but usually they only connect to one
Yeah,
other
Okay.
set of
it's a
phones.
pair.
Never mind.
Yeah.
It's more like a walkie-talkie than a phone.
Yeah. The
I-
Arcana check that Ragnir made, yes, you can only tell that it's a one-way sending stone.
Okay, so we leave that with her, regardless. Because if he calls and she don't answer,
We're in trouble.
Okay, yeah, I guess I think of the stone phones.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's a different arcane rune.
Mm-hmm.
this is a Rocky-talkie.
The slate sum.
So,
Alright. We're running.
off we go, I assume.
Yep.
We're fucking booking it.
All right. Actually, I'll just take it directly to the world map.
Oh, did we ever mark those locations I found on the other map?
Which map?
The one I found in the first room that had a bunch of like marked locations on it.
No, we did not.
Okay. Deal with that another time.
All right. So on the road.
I feel like we're going extra quick.
Oh yeah, we have a heightened sense of urgency right now.
Yeah. We're just gonna do a little something here and help us get there as fast as possible. Give me 1 second here. Where's? Here we go.
Nature's paths. Shortest and easiest and fastest way through the wilderness.
on top of the bird and no one being able to follow us.
There ain't nobody finding you guys.
We're the nameless, don't you know?
The forest is consumed.
we are probably the best party we've had for travel wise.
The nameless, the trackless. All right,
Bullshitters.
so with that, I am gonna go ahead and shave a day off of your travels. All right, so you all arrive back in Kolstov.
I assume we had Hone read us Silky's document first, or are we waiting on that?
I would think that you guys would be waiting at least until Hone is safe.
That's fair. Fair enough.
Yeah. I will say this. I do use MindLink with our archer friend to see what the monster actually looked like.
Oh boy, I get to
Myself?
send you the picture now.
Yes, you do.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And there's a reason why I'm doing this, actually.
Alrighty, give me a second here.
I do tell the party is like we mention none of this to anybody except for the higher ups.
No argument here.
No brainer.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get back into town, you let me handle them.
Actually, I'll handle them.
I'm gonna see about getting those Yeti pelts back.
In the same
Sounds
way,
fantastic.
it's like I can use a spell on anybody, so I can just pretty much give them the entire information without speaking it outwardly.
Well, Ragnar, why don't you go with Alia and Bonnie,
I think that
and we'll
would
meet
be
up
best.
later at the inn.
And this will
We'll
also
go-
give them a physical representation of the kind of creature we're up against.
We're gonna go and start preparing things to get Hone and Ash out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get any of those. Yeti
Well,
pelts.
spoilers for everybody at home. Go look at my stream.
I'm waiting in my DMs.
I trust me. I'm looking at the iFunny thing that Cody sent.
Well, actually, you guys are gonna be on the road for a couple of days. So
I could
Cody
do that.
technically could just go ahead and show this to everybody.
Mhm.
So you know what? Fuck it. I'll just show it to all of you.
I swear to
Alright.
God, if we're about to be
Oh,
showing some kind of
boy.
Eldritch horror, I'm going to be so
Yes.
fucking mad.
It's basically gonna be
Oh,
equivalent.
Oh boy.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Nani the fuck?
Are we playing Elden Ring?
This is subject 25. The Arachnosaurus.
Yeah, no
I got
wonder
it.
she said "fuck this."
I got a
Oh,
big
fuck
head and many arms.
Hey, he upgraded at least.
Xavier just pauses for a moment. Like, yep, reminds me of home.
I don't want to hunt the things that live by you.
Xavier, I don't
don't
want
wanna
to
ever
go visit your
house.
home.
How did the chicken
I will
survive?
stay right here where it is.
That's a great question,
Still
Cody.
not so safe,
How
but
did the chicken survive?
I don't know how the chicken survived. That's a good question.
So yeah.
Yeah, because you get a bunch of people dumb enough like fucking Xavier that goes in and hunts the shit.
So yeah, that is your enemy for Genesis.
Oh,
Oh, God.
well,
I'm
we about
glad
to
we-
torch this motherfucker.
I'm glad we didn't have to fight it directly as of yet.
Alright, so Alia, Bonnie, and Ragnar are gonna go talk to the elders of the city. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Checking on Silky.
I'm gonna see about getting some of those Yeti pelts back.
I'll go with you.
It's less talking, more headbutting. Just a heads up.
Aristella?
I'm gonna go with try and find some. We probably need to stock up on some potions and
I
probably get
basically
a.
bought the place out last time we were here.
Yeah, they are unfortunately out, KP.
Okay, well then I'll just see about some basic medical supplies and um, probably some clothes that would fit Hone for when we meet up with her again.
Fair enough.
Just ask Ragnar for measurements.
You are a monster.
Well, when you work beside the king, you have to be on your feet.
I both hate and respect Ragnar so much, so often.
Yeah, makes sense.
All
Like
right.
I said, I was poking around in her head.
So, Xavier, we're gonna be dealing with you.
Oh boy.
So, Xavier, you make your way back to Estelle's little healing building. You walk on through the door. Estelle is, of course, sitting at her desk. But as you walk through the door, you just completely ignore Estelle because your eyes are trained on Silky, who is awake and sitting up reading a book.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, good. You can join us on the.
Where's Pete?
On the beds.
Peep is currently taking a nap on Estelle's desk.
Oh boy.
Just
He's like,
walks
"I like
by,
my budding
grabs him by
friend."
the scuff of his, by his
Herbivores gotta
scuffle.
stick together, man.
So yeah. Upon seeing Silky up, I slowly walk up to her.
You get to about right here until when Silky looks up, immediately lights up in a big smile, calls out your name, jumps out of bed, and runs up and gives you a hug.
I give her a hug as well. And it's like one of those big bear hugs where I'm picking her up.
Oh, there you go.
But I look at her and I'm like, "How you feeling?"
I mean, I'm doing a lot better. I guess I just needed some sleep, huh? When she says that sentence, Xavier, she pulls back and finally looks you in the eye. You notice something.
Oh boy.
Silky's eyes, you remember being a bright amber color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her left eye is now blue.
Oni.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about it. But he is gonna smile at her and be like, I'm happy to see you up.
Yeah, where did you guys go? Like,
Um,
Estelle told me you guys went on like a little adventure in the woods.
That's
It's
what
it's a bit of a long story.
Xavier's story time.
So
Well, in
The
that
most
case,
reliable narrator.
then let's get going. Estelle, I'm okay to leave, right? Dear, you were good to leave yesterday.
They just take it apart. Get the fuck out.
Estelle just enjoyed the company.
Oh, but leave the chicken. It stays with me.
I am actually going to ask Estelle if she wouldn't mind looking after Peep until I return again.
How long is this outing going to be?
8
For the
days. We
nose.
gotta do 4
Yeah,
days.
let's say about a week, and I do offer her some money for it.
How much are you giving her?
10 gold.
She'll take it.
That's it. You paid
Yeah.
off her bills for the year.
To babysit a chicken? Yeah, she'll take it.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
hey,
like I could get myself a nice dinner. And
hey, Peep is worth it.
Peep's not going to be eaten.
I
feed.
can't wait to discover the emotional attachment behind this chicken.
Peep is not going to be eating feed. He's going to be eating popcorn and corn on the cob the
Alright.
entire time.
Alright, so Silky's gonna give Peep a little pat on the head, and then wish
Yep.
Estelle goodbye, and you guys are gonna head out to meet up with the others.
Yep.
I'm sure we all
And
discussed that.
along the way, though, I am going to be filling Silky in.
Oh boy. Alright.
Yep.
How does this conversation
Savian,
go?
you should wait until we're with the rest of the group. We did say we weren't going to talk about it out in the open.
He's leaving a lot of it out, but he's like,
In that case, then it'd be best if you just wait.
yeah. He's leaving some of it out, but just say, while we were out, we have discovered some things. It's best to wait for us all to
Meet up, yeah. Okay.
meet up.
So, nodding in agreement. Eventually, Aristella, you, what exactly were you looking for in terms of, like, medical supplies? Just, like, herbs and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, general shops have herbs and spices and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can use for your witchery.
Hey.
Alistair and 8, I need you two to give me diplomacy checks.
I'm gonna weave a damn good story. With my 0 diplomacy. I will say we never figured out why. I forgot her name already.
I just want to see your diplomacy roll first.
Oof.
I'm not a people person.
Fuck you.
You're no better.
He's twice as much as you.
Ooh.
And then some.
Yeah.
Oh god.
We never figured out why. I forgot her name. Goddamn it! How do you say Bo lady's name?
Alia?
Alia
yeah.
was eyeing up Aristella.
No, we
Just
never
remembered
did get
about
that. Yeah.
Figure it out later. If I can't win, I can't win. I will go hunt more Yeti if I need to.
It's alright. Zalthazor just looks at
Bring
you
them back.
guys really curiously and says, I'm not quite sure why you would want the pelts back.
All right, so here's the 411, Zalfador. We, while on our trip into the facility, I discovered something that if we brought out into the extreme cold to cold stab, will completely be destroyed. And Alia said that Yeti pelts is one of the best insulators. And I'm like, I know I gave you a couple, and all we need to do is just wrap what we need in insulation, and then we'll bring the pelts back to you.
Just buy them back, Alistair. Don't be a cheapskate.
I will be a cheapskate!
So you expect me to just give you the pelts back?
I would be returning them.
But then again,
This is not good.
cannot guarantee the same quality.
That's fair. You know the, what was it, 3,000 he has waiting for me on me? It's like 3 or 2,000 he has that he still owes me. Just keep that money.
I will keep that money and give you the pelts to use for your mission that you are on.
Thank you.
However, I am requesting that those pelts be returned to me.
That's fine. That's completely understandable. At the time, I did not understand. I did not think these pelts would be useful to us. I have been very sorely mistaken, apparently, in that.
In the case of what you are saying, you could not have known.
I appreciate you working with us here.
So he's gonna go into the back. You're gonna hear him talk to his master in Draconic. The master is not gonna be happy. You're gonna hear him
blame the guy.
shouting from the back. The forge is gonna flare up with fire, and it's gonna get very warm in the forge again.
Sorry.
But eventually, Balthazar will come out with the 8 Yeti pelts. Here you are.
I assume name dropping. I almost said Ariel this time.
Alia.
Alia would help my situation a little bit. I'm like, it was Alia's suggestion.
Yeah, he would have given it to you when you told him, oh, Alia was asking for them.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Whatever.
That is what has caught my master down.
I appreciate your help with this.
There's a life on the line.
Yeah, I don't want to tell him that though. Thank you. And I will take the pelts and put them away.
All right. As for Alia, Bonnie, and Ragnar, you are actually going to meet the chief.
Ooh, yeah.
So, Cody, you are actually going to be meeting multiple people. I will send you their tokens.
Okay.
So obviously the left one is the chief, and you are told that the person on the right is like the head of the warriors in this city. She's like the general.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy, did we get lucky?
I had to pick my jaw up off the floor, but yes. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm Ragnar Goldbottom Jr., a noble from Dandelier. I'm sure you're aware of our quest to the facility. We have made disturbing discoveries. However, we do not wish to openly speak about these discoveries, for they might be tied to some nefarious wrongdoers who have very high connections. I do, however, have a spell that I can share my thoughts and images of what we discovered down in these caves. They are incredibly important. All I ask is your permission to apply the spells.
Alia is going to look over to the lady that you all saw assisting Silky. You're going to see Alia look over to her and say, Ishan, if you wouldn't mind displaying this beast. She's of course gonna stand up, walk over to Ragnar. She's gonna like pinch your forehead and then pull it away, and you're gonna see a string of blue magic trailing behind her fingers.
Oh,
She's gonna reach into
wow.
her bag and then pull out a crystal ball. And then just rest that string of magic on top of it, where now everybody is shown like a projected image per se of the Arachnosaurus. And obviously people are very shocked by this thing.
My apologies for my ignorance. I wasn't aware that you possess such wondrous magics.
There's no way you would have known. It's fine.
But we do have understanding that these, what is known as an Arachnosaurus, is the reason for the frost spiders brewing as much as they are. This is a competing nest. If we take this out, it should calm the other spiders down as well.
But at least I'll be able to get some of my men back.
It's incredibly dangerous. It is within the facility. We do know of one weakness, and that would be a fire.
As most of the weaknesses are here in the north.
Yes. Well, when you're looking at a creature, well, an abomination like this, it's hard to glean that just from looking at it.
Do you have a plan?
The only thing I could think of is we need a lot of firepower.
Literally.
A lot of firepower. And I have recently seen a great deal of firepower. I would like permission to request assistance from the dragons.
Alia is going to look to her husband and say, that is a possibility. They do owe us for taking the refugees, after all.
Can they get down there? And I guess if they transform into humans.
The facility is probably best burnt to a crisp. So it would just be basically torching everything. In my personal opinion, I would burn the whole place to the ground.
And what of the Arachnosaurus?
Well, the Arachnosaurus would burn with it. I would make sure it's dead before I burn it, though.
The individual who has been keeping this creature at bay does say that there is a risk of the creature breaking free from the pits of the facility.
Especially if nothing's done.
If it does, Kolstov has to be ready. In that case, then, Alia, send your hawk to the dragons. Briefly explain the situation, and then tell them this will be an adequate pay for helping their people. Yep. And she's gonna look over to the hawk that's like on the a little pedestal there. She's gonna give it a nod. It's gonna nod back out the window.
Well then, if there is no other immediate concerns, I would like to go see a friend of mine who is ill within the city.
the little cat girl?
Yes,
Well,
her name is Silky.
you would be happy to know that Miss Silky has made a full recovery.
Oh, that's great news.
Thank you.
That's wonderful news.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Goldbottom.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, and he scuttles out, like leaping with joy, scuttling out, almost skipping out.
And eventually, everybody meets back up. And once you guys do, everybody is obviously overjoyed to see Silky. But,
I'll like hog pile on her and squish her first.
Yes.
but, you guys do also notice the change in her left eye's color. Especially you, Ragnar.
Oh yeah.
Silky dear, have you looked in a mirror?
No, not really. I've kind of been catching up on all the books that I have.
You
Yeah,
may
why does that
want
not
to.
surprise me?
You look a little different, dear.
I do?
Not in a bad way, just different.
Don't feel any different.
Silky, do you remember anything from the moments up to your collapse? Anything at all?
Not really.
You don't
Do you
remember a
remember
sensation?
what happened?
Yeah,
What was the last thing you remember?
I remember seeing 8 getting struck by the Yeti, lying on the ground, and after that, the last thing I remember was waking up in the hospital. Why?
You brought 8 back, dear.
It's like holding on to her still. Bear hug.
8, show her the scar.
I would step back a bit and show her the giant scar.
By all accounts, 8 shouldn't be with us.
What exactly did I do?
In due time, I will let you know. As of right now, we have other pressing matters.
Yeah,
You want me to break the news?
this adventure that you guys went on without me.
We
Well,
went to hunt down
we-
frost spiders, dear.
Well, that
Um,
there as
but,
well. Let's look for
I'm just
a
gonna
way
say it.
to possibly help you.
We found
David,
Hone.
How much did you tell him?
Wait. Hone?
Yes.
Home as well.
My oldest sister?
Yes.
Yes.
I must warn you, okay?
Oh my god.
She's...
Oh my god, you guys went to the Genesis facility.
Yes.
It's
Now
the
we're gonna go
nest.
burn it to the ground.
The Genesis facility is the nest.
Wait, and you found Hone there?
Yes.
Yes.
What the hell is she still doing there? I thought she
She's
is.
been
Not by
trapped.
choice.
Silky, calm yourself for a second.
Best
Oh,
because-
I'm perfectly
She's been
calm.
tra-
I'm just excited that she's alive.
She's been trapped by Sven and Felfrey.
What?
For the last 14 years.
She's caught up in some kind of scheme of theirs.
They've been using
It-
her to continue Genesis.
They've been forcing her. We're coming up with a plan with the chief of Kostov to destroy the facility and rescue Hone.
The issue is that there is a creature beyond our imaginations
subject.
living
Ragnar,
within the
you
facility.
actually want to show her everything.
I don't
Might
think
be
that's.
easier.
No,
Listen,
Just the creature and the
I
spiders.
want to see it.
I don't think that's the best idea right now. I think you
Just the
need some time
creatures
to.
and the spiders, and then the rest she'll see when we go there to get Hone.
Silky, how much do you want to see?
I want to see the creature.
Okay. I will show you the creature. I press my forehead against hers and cast the spell. She is now looking at the creature.
Oh. That's okay.
Terrifying, I know. I also actually do show her its lair, too.
That's a big monster.
Yes.
And that's
Oh,
why we're gonna
by the way,
burn it.
Josh, when I show her the lair, I show it as if I was going through it, so she actually gets to see the documents. Just a little FYI.
Okay. And what about those documents that you had?
Your sister is currently deciphering them.
Okay, that's good.
We
She was the
we will
only
be
one
meeting
who
up with
was.
her.
That's
Yes.
good. She's the only one who was able to actually read that stuff anyway.
Well, that's good.
She was most interested in your file, so we made sure to get that for her.
Oh, that's weird. Why would she be interested in my file?
Because you were the youngest, dear. Your abilities hadn't really manifested yet when you left the facility.
And she's been worried about you.
I'm sure we'll get to talk more about it. You'll get to talk more about it with your sister once we go see her. See her. Now, I do apologize, but I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired. I'd like to get
Been a
some rest.
trip.
Well, how about we all go see Host?
Host?
Yeah, the bartender.
Oh. Bartender.
Oh, yes.
I
My
don't know how
apologies.
to do his name.
I'm just
Absent-minded for a moment.
got a lot on my mind. Oh, everybody, I do want to say this. I did kind of convince the elders of the village to seek assistance in this matter. So they are going to request assistance from the dragons.
Well, if we
Makes
wanted
sense.
firepower, we got firepower.
I thought,
Yeah, well,
So-
that is.
One way.
yes.
Alright. So, we head on over to Host's Tavern. Oh, and I gotta put Silky on the map again.
Tiny Silky.
Just bloop.
Hello,
Ragnar's
everyone.
going to pop up to the bar keep, and he's gonna drop 100 gold on the table. I want the strongest drinks. Well, I want the strongest drink you can muster in this mug.
Make it a double.
Make it a double. And a meal fitting for a king for all of my companions. Can that be arranged?
Legally, I'm not allowed to give you the strongest shit I got, because it'll kill you.
I'm a dwarf, sir.
Ragnar, no dying yet.
No. You don't get it. Haas is gonna like lean down past the counter. You're gonna hear a click, the sound of a chest opening, the rattle of a couple of bottles, and he's gonna pull one up, and he's gonna set it down in front of 8.
Oh God.
Your friend here can drink it. Won't kill her. The rest of you, however, except for you, and he points to Silky. I don't know about you.
Wait. What is this?
It's the Fey alcohol, isn't it?
That's Fey wine.
Oh,
Drank
I don't
by-
want none of that.
Drank by anybody else, that shit'll kill you. It'll put you to sleep for 100 years.
I don't want any of that
I
garbage.
mean, a nap
Give
for
me
100 years
real
kind of sounds
drink.
nice.
The rest of you, however, that's not a problem. But
Ah.
before we go, he pulls out a big ass scroll. Race and age.
Oh, this again.
So of course, yes, you guys are obviously all going to pass, and you're gonna get some of the best drinks that you guys have probably ever had in your lives.
Aristella just wants juice.
Then you're getting the best damn juice of your life.
Well, juice would be hard to come by up here, so yeah, it'd be pretty damn expensive.
So of course, Haas then calls back to the kitchen, and then serves you guys, like I said, like Monster Hunter style plates of food.
So tasty.
Alistair's still waiting for that random buff.
I don't know. I dropped 100 gold. It should give us a buff.
I know, right?
I want the one that gives me more armor.
Want the extra life, please?
Yeah, I want the
Give him
attack
shirts.
up L.
Guy in the fence, L.
So
Either extra life or extra gold.
about halfway through your meal, as you know, the patrons of the rest of the bar are going about their days and such. You know, you guys are just talking, shooting the shit with Host. You guys hear the doorbell go off again. You know, you get the bar wide greeting of everyone, and Host is gonna look up and say, "Well, Miss Alia, what do I owe the pleasure today? You want your usual?" Actually, Host, if you don't mind, I would. Do you want something to drink with that? No. I'm actually here on more of a business matter.
As we're getting drunk.
Well, I certainly hope it's not with me. No, Host, it's not. Miss Aristella.
Yes?
Can I have a word with you, please?
Sure.
Ooh, this random plot point.
Dun dun
What I've been
dun.
pushing.
So, after receiving her drink from Host and a fresh refill for Aristella, Alia takes Aristella off to one of the corner tables over here.
Oh shit, girl talk.
Aristella, I feel as though I can trust you, and I surely hope that the feeling is mutual between us, especially in light of recent situations. So, I am not coming to you as your friend. I am coming to you as the co-chiefess of Kolstov. And I would like for you to tell me the honest truth. Okay?
Alright.
Are you, by any chance, the daughter of the Ravensgrace family?
May I ask why you're asking? It's not often to hear the name of a fallen family.
Well, simply because if it is true, she's gonna lean back in her chair and she's gonna say, then it's great to see that the ravens of the north still fly. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
You son of a bitch.
I was really hoping.
I mean,
it'd be
hey,
like,
man, you always got to leave it on a cliffhanger.
I was really hoping, by any chance, are you a witch?
You know, just as you were saying that, my other computer just fell down, so
Maybe so.
good thing that one's getting replaced on Wednesday.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Oh boy, next week is going to be crazy.
More
Oh,
lore
yeah.
dump. More lore dump.
More.
Oh, we're gonna get more lore dump. We're about to make. No, I can't say that. Nope.
Fire, fire, fire.
You could say that.
So,
Yeah, we're about to turn an area
Spider
of
bait.
snow into a
Hoo-ha-ha.
sauna.
a hot spring.
Spider bait, hoo ha ha.
Spider bait.
We're about to go scorched earth.
So yes,
Hoo-ha-ha.
We're gonna make barbecue spider.
next week we are going to go ahead and conclude or hopefully conclude. I don't know if this is going to take another session or two. Depends on how it goes next week. But the conclusion of Silky's backstory and Genesis is going to come to a close. But secrets still lie within the files that Hone is currently deciphering. Sven is now a massive target on the Nameless's back.
I just realized when we go back, we can go and get more files, can't we?
Technically, yes, you can, if you want to.
Yeah.
Potentially.
But now, Sven, oh boy, did he climb up the hit list of the Nameless.
He was pretty high up there to begin with.
Yeah, he was.
This just made it a hell of a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
But how does Aristella tie into the Boreal Tides? So we're going to find out more about that next week. So make sure you guys tune on in. Usual time, 7:30 Eastern. Hope to see you then.
Mm-hmm.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir.